For years, Hugh Jackman has carried the legacy of playing the iconic character Wolverine. And also, since the last Wolverine movie, Logan, came out years ago, fans have wanted to see Hugh Jackman return to the Marvel universe with all of the crossover stuff happening in the MCU. It seems like officially, Hugh Jackman has finally opened up and talked a little bit about it. But at the same time, maybe dragged one other person into the mix of drama, and it's been quite an interesting and hilarious exchange, to say the least. And some fans were perplexed when, in a recent interview, Hugh Jackman pointed to Ryan Reynolds to possibly lay off the question as to whether or not he would return as Wolverine.
Tell that to whoever you want, but please tell it to Ryan, because he's like doesn't believe it, he thinks I'm joking. Please,
I'll call him. I'll call him. Yeah. I have to. It's so weird that we're in our home. They're giving me the rap. I just want to tell you the fact that I'm talking to you in my home, and right off is a shelf that has. I'm going to pull this down. This on my shelf in my home.
So what was it that actually caused this reaction from Hugh Jackman? As it turns out, there is a long, friendly-ish rivalry between Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds. But finally, in this recent press tour, we not only got some really hilarious jabs at Ryan Reynolds from Hugh Jackman on multiple occasions, but also a definitive answer as to whether or not Hugh Jackman is planning on coming back to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So recently, while Hugh Jackman was on the press tour for his upcoming movie Reminiscence, it seemed like the possibility of Hugh Jackman returning to the character of Wolverine was one of the questions that was on literally everyone's mind. For instance, there was this question that came directly to Hugh Jackman, suggesting the possibility of a Ryan Reynolds Deadpool / Hugh Jackman Wolverine crossover film. And Hugh Jackman's response was pretty great, with a little stab at Ryan Reynolds.
So of course, my older brother took it to the next level. And when you came to open the door, there was a package that was on fire. The package was filled with various amounts of dog poo from the neighborhood. So you would stamp it out. That's the first thing that came to mind, something like that. Ding dong.
Wow. First of all, only Hugh Jackman would call it dog poo.
Now, of course, fans have wanted to see Wolverine and Deadpool team up in some sort of film for quite some time, and it's possible that Ryan Reynolds also really wants to see this project come to life, and Hugh Jackman definitely enjoys throwing a little bit of friendly shade towards Ryan Reynolds.
Tell that to whoever you want, but please tell it to Ryan, because he's like doesn't believe it, he thinks I'm joking. Please,
I'll call him. Yeah. I have to. It's so weird that we're in our home. They're giving me the rap. I just want to tell you the fact that I'm talking to you in my home, and right off is a shelf that has. I'm going to pull this down. This on my shelf in my home.
It's no secret that over the years, Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds, despite being on a ton of projects together, are not only really great friends, but also have this on-screen rivalry that they play up in various interviews or press junkets along the way. By no means is there real bad blood between the two, but there is this hilarious banter that comes from this fake-ish rivalry that the two actors have.
So of course, my older brother took it to the next level. And when you came to open the door, there was a package that was on fire. The package was filled with various amounts of dog poo from the neighborhood. So you would stamp it out. That's the first thing that came to mind, something like that. Ding dong.
Wow. First of all, only Hugh Jackman would call it. Only Hugh Jackman would call it dog poo.
And it's definitely been one of the coolest friendships to see in Hollywood. For instance, there was this time where Hugh Jackman was a part of a prank where Ryan Reynolds showed up to a party thinking it was an ugly sweater party. And just in general, they kind of go to this joke of just dragging each other's name through the mud. Like in this instance where you can see a few other examples of their rivalry.
It's war.
Ryan started it.
Hugh Jackman here.
No one likes you.
He's just an evil person. Yeah.
There was this interview that had both Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds together, and you can just see this as a great example of their quote-unquote ongoing feud.
Let's get with the program here. And you know, this year I had this great thought that I was going to send him. I sent him like a sushi platter, but the whole thing was just made out of old Band-Aids.
That's great. Should we edit that out so he'll be surprised?
Yes, please. If you no, actually, it's fine. There's a dozen other that are coming that are different fun surprises.
But first, we wanted to give a quick reminder. We do have a really awesome Instagram page that updates you guys on everything happening Marvel immediately. So if you guys want to follow us on Instagram, check it out, link in the description. There's also a ton of really awesome memes and other things that are posted on there. So make sure you guys are following that page. And let's go ahead and jump into this story. But then in the name of charity, we actually got to see the two actors come together and forgive each other, except not really. Instead, they use this as a platform to kind of roast each other again, but also promote charity, which was really cool.
For exposing you for the monster that you truly are.
Yes, and to everyone but Ryan, please forgive me for even engaging with someone of his emotional maturity.
You know what? Forgiveness sucks. Let's let the people pick a winner.
Perfect.
So with the context, it definitely makes sense that during the recent interview, Hugh Jackman jokingly said he would consider coming back to the role if Ryan Reynolds wasn't a part of the movie project. And it's just playing into that banter that's been going on for years now, which is absolutely hilarious.
Well, the fact, Jake, that I'm hearing about this from you and there's nothing in my inbox from Kevin Feige means it's probably, no matter what idea I came up with, not on the table. Let's just be clear there. But
now, on a more serious note, we did get some discussion about the character Wolverine from Hugh Jackman during the interview process or period. And while it's not maybe the best news for Marvel fans who wanted to see Hugh Jackman return, at the very least, it's more of a definitive answer so fans can stop speculating.
I realized before we shot Logan, I was like, we got the idea, we knew what it was going to be ish, right? And I thought, this is it. And that really helped me. It really helped knowing I was going into my last season, that it was my last season, that I made the most of it. And it's still a character I hold close to my heart.
The main unfortunate thing, though, is, of course, Hugh Jackman saying that it's not something that's on the table.
Well, the fact, Jake, that I'm hearing about this from you and there's nothing in my inbox from Kevin Feige means it's probably, no matter what idea I came up with, not on the table.
But of course, this is one of the most hot topic questions Hugh Jackman gets asked all the time. For instance, he got asked again whether or not he would return as Logan.
Is there a story angle or a pitch under that multiverse umbrella that could convince you to reprise Wolverine?
I want to give a huge shout out to our Marvel Monday winner. If you guys didn't know, every single Monday we do a challenging Marvel trivia question. So if you guys want to participate, make sure you guys are subscribed here to 𝘨𝘪𝘁𝗃𝗃. Head over to our community tab on Mondays and participate in our Marvel Monday question for a chance to have your comment featured right here on this channel. We also do DC Thursdays if DC is more of your thing, and you can still participate by going over to our community tab on Thursdays. So make sure you guys participate if you want a chance of having your comment featured right here. And it's really cool to get some insight to Hugh Jackman and what he thought of the character when he was filming Logan. Now, of course, recently Hugh Jackman's come up in a ton of rumors, leaks, and news articles all over the place because Hugh Jackman has posted some images on Instagram that has caused fans to go absolutely bonkers, thinking that this was a subtle hint that he would be returning to the role.
I do post fan art, cool fan art, because I know the fans will love it. And then I posted it and then went AWOL for a second. I don't know what I was doing, but I just went up, and by that I came back and I'm like, how did I break the internet? What have I done? I'm breaking the internet. What's going on? He's coming back. I'm like, no. So anyway, Tara, seeing as we have this safe space.
So when asked about it, Hugh Jackman kind of just elaborated on his post on Instagram straight up, killing the mystery or rumor mill right there and then. Now, of course, Hugh Jackman did have some really good final words about his character and the character's legacy, which is definitely something a lot of fans should hear.
I'm unbelievably grateful for my time as Wolverine, but no, I'm done.
So with the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe kind of remaining uncertain, and we know that mutants will be coming to the MCU in one way or another, fans can at least begin to accurately predict or attempt to predict who may be casted as Wolverine in the future. There's a lot of actors that fans have thought of would be a great fit for the role, and we'd love to know your thoughts on who you would like to see play Wolverine in the future if you think an actor could take on the role in a way differently than how Hugh Jackman has. Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe with notifications on for more videos like this, uploaded every day of the week. That's it for today though. We'll see you all next time with a brand new video.